Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please, if you're in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Here in Uganda, it is Labor Day, and happy Labor Day to all the workers here in the country. I think also maybe it is Labor Day in our world. I'm not very sure, but I think also in Kenya it is Labor Day. So please, thank you so much, my good people, for always standing up to watch my video. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Today we are going to have very interesting discussion, and also we are going to be touching on some other issues. So please watch the video from the beginning up the end, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and please always come back to watch my videos. In today's video, I would really want to handle few things here. Now we are going to have this called Mogesi in the platform. We are going to have Cohera on the platform. We are going to have, the little bit of Kukuman on the platform, and other issues that we shall be in position to handle in this video. Watch the video from the beginning up the end, and please remember to put a notification bell so that you don't miss out in these videos when they come directly to your screen. Mogesi has really been very confused. Very confused fella. There's the issue of this young girl who has really, traumatized the internet. Me, I call it traumatizing the internet. The girl who was, being used when she's not, she has not reached the age. And the mother came out to try to support, claiming that the girl is already 18 years. That means she's an adult. And a lot of people have come out to try to clarify, including also Cohera came out with the stories, that it is not actually, right that the girl is above the age. The mother has come out and explained. He has also talked a lot of things. But I would really want to make it very clear that the police are not stupid. By the time they arrest you, they have some little evidence. And actually, this case was filed, I think, in March. We are now in April. It was filed in March. And the people who filed that case know what happened. They know what happened during that time. But only that this boy had taken off in March. So, this old man Cohera has come out and is trying to rubbish a lot of issues that people are just being jealous and the rest. But I want to remind you the issues surrounding this old man before actually even we go to Mogesi. This old man made a video, and that video was actually, I think, in March. And it was encouraging YouTubers who are boys, male YouTubers, that if you have not yet married, this is opportunity to get married. When you are getting some smaller money on your hands, it was encouraging youth to get married. That the YouTubers have now some little money on their hands and they can be in position to marry. So I have a feeling that actually this old man instigated some of these boys with his advice of encouraging them to get married. And I made a video and said, no, old man, do not make boys to rush to make decisions that probably with the time is going to haunt them. And now exactly that is what is happening. So the old man who was encouraging this youth to go and get married, don't you think he is a contributing factor towards this boy now, being, going to rot in prison? Because he was encouraging them to get money. And probably this boy was seeing some good money that was going to come because he was monetized, and he was only now waiting for the salary. first salary. So don't you think this old man called Cohera has played a role in actually this young boy, this boy going to go and get this young girl to marry? Because our boys here in Africa always will want to listen to elders. They'll always want to listen to elders. But not all advices that the elder gives you are not good advices. It's not. Because actually somebody should not be in position to tell you that you marry. You should be in position to know that I have reached the age of getting married. And am I capable? If I'm to get a wife, can I be in position to maintain her? Can I be in position to do this and this? But not an old man from nowhere coming out and say, YouTubers, if you know you're YouTuber, you should get married. Don't waste time. This is opportunity to get married. The only thing this old man think of is only married. Only married. Actually, there is a clip that I want to play today. You'll really see how this old man reason. This old man is so obsessed with issues of women. Very, very obsessed. So to me, I have a feeling that this old man played a very big role in this Mayan going to play around with the young girl. Because the old man was encouraging young boys to get women. So probably Mayan landed on this girl, and maybe he didn't know the girl was young. Also, that is there. With the pressure that this old man has been putting on his social platform, that this is opportunity to get married. This money will never come forever. Are you seeing? So, there is really a very, very big question. And I would really want to tell this old man to desist with this wrong advice. Stop giving wrong advices in the platform. You are encouraging these young boys to do wrong things with your funny advice. It is not right. It is not right. Now the boy is suffering. The boy is in prison. The old man is opening his eyes and probably even does not know what. But no, actually knows now that the boy has been arrested. But his statements were very clear. He was encouraging these young boys who are YouTubers that do not waste the money you have. You rush and get married. That was Cohera. And boys will always want to listen to such people, especially if they don't have anybody who can advise them at home. They will be like, okay, this old man actually is speaking the truth. Let me marry. Now you see what it has cost. See what it has cost, old man. We always tell you, mark the type of advice you are coming out with in the platform. And actually, if you're close here, I was going to pinch your mouth. This old man, the tongue is not okay. I was going to pinch your mouth so that you stop spreading wrong information outside. Now you see how the boy is suffering. You are the cause because you gave wrong advice. Even if Mayan has problems. Now I want to tell this young boy that this is from going to get married. Don't rush to get married because this old man is telling you to go and get married. No, it is wrong. You can go and rot in jail for nothing just because an old man came out with an advice. That is not right. Not all advice old people give are right advice. And also depending on what type of old man is giving that advice. You need to be very, very careful. Very, very careful with people who are giving advice. Even I've seen in some platforms how people are coming with advice. that that boy is going to just walk, he is going to come out, he was going to walk free. My friend, that is a very, very serious case Mayana has fallen into. It's a huge case. You cannot just play around. They talk of 30 years in prison. Some are even talking of life in prison. There's somebody is coming out here playing around with, Mark your words when you're giving advice. Do not mislead boys. And I'm seeing how this so-called, this Mayana, this Mogesi is starting also to behave. So actually, I have come to realize that this Musei, this old man Cohera, seemed to be a very dangerous man at his old age, at his younger age. With the story that he gave out of activities, I want you let's first listen to this clip of this old man Cohera, and then I will come back and we continue, hitting this story. Let's watch this clip, and then when I come back, we shall continue from there. Let's watch this clip.
Let me now tell you about here. First and foremost, all men and the women part in a river. The women have their own side of bathing. Apart from the well, they go to the stream, they go to the running river down there. That is where they have a common point where they bath. So one of the most social activities of these women is actually gossiping. When you go and get to them, when they are bathing, they are talking so many things which go around which is happening in the village. For example, this so and so is telling this one here how her husband is moving out with other ladies. You find them totally naked, and there are some stones there, and they are naked. Now they are washing their legs. Sometimes the legs crack here, so they are grinding stones there. They are naked, they are talking, and the river is very white. Everybody, now they are laughing. Hey, whoa! And they laugh, they talk against one another, they gossip, they make lies, until now, when sometimes they meet in a posho mill. When they meet in a posho mill, you find them breaking a fight, because so and so had informed so and so that this one is moving with her husband. They are liars. Those are some of the idle activities which take place in the village. And also, when it comes to the evening, when all men have come to take a local brew, that is around 8 o'clock, you'll hear all men singing the brew songs, coming home, and that is the time now you hear women crying. Husbands beating them very thoroughly, because some husbands have been drinking, they are drunk, they don't know what they are doing. So you hear women crying, they are being beaten, there is a lot of noise, all children crying against their father. So that is some of the activities which take place in the village. And some other common activities that children, sometimes the neighbors children fight. And when they fight for no reason, the children, you find that women fight again. After the children have fought, this mother's child comes and fights this when she is defending the other child, and then you find they are fighting very, very because of children. And tomorrow you still get these children are playing together, and they are in the same school. So you wonder why these ladies were fighting. And also there is
when this old man is always talking about women, he has energy. A lot of energy. You can see in that clip how he is very busy shaking the leg, shaking. When it comes to women, he's very active, very very active. You know, very very active. But the question I'm asking myself, it seems like this old man used to go and see women when they used to bathe at the swamp. You know, it seems because the way he's talking, it's alarming. Hmm? Because in our villages, if you're a man, you are not even allowed to cross those days, because these days they're not there. People don't bathe in the swamps. You know? But if you're a man, you could not cross there. You are going to go there to do what? To see somebody's wife. You know? But the way this old man is talking, like he used to go there to see women when they're bathing. This old man has a lot of problems. Hmm? A lot of problems. So those are the main activity that happens in the village. That activities that happens in the village, in an African village. Those are one of the core activities that happen in the village. You stop deceiving yourself, because you just love you are too much into women. That these are the main activities that happens in the village. When I look at that video, I was like, what is this old man talking about? The main activities that happen in the village. Women bathing in the swamps and making stories. Those are the main activities. This is really shaming. You want to tell us that agriculture is not one of the main activities. Fishing, those are not the main activities. But this old man decided to choose that the main activity is women bathing in the rivers, at the swamps. And then the second example, he said kids fighting. Those are some of the main activities in an African homes. It brings me to one understanding. If really this was a professional teacher or not a professional teacher. Is bathing in the swamp is an economic activity, or it is an activity, the main activity? Because according to him, he said the core activities that happens in an African village, women bathing in the swamp, that was one. The second one, children fighting themselves. That those are main activities that happen in an African village. That is a teacher. And that's the person who is encouraging YouTubers to get married. He's a teacher, a professional teacher. In an African homestead, common activities, agriculture. It is almost every day. Not bathing at the swamp. No. Bathing in the swamps, in the rivers, part of an economic activity, or an activity that happens in an African homestead, real homestead, bathing in the swamp. Wewe, you a teacher, a prophet, eh? And he's very busy demonstrating. You see, when you are releasing these videos to these platforms, internet does not forget. And he's very busy. An economic activity, women fighting in the swamp, when, women bathing in the swamp, when they're talking their stories. And from there, that is where secrets keeps on exchanging hands. And by the end of the day, they end up fighting at the grinding mill. I was like, what? Old man, do you really know what you're talking about? Or you are just excited to be on camera? Because these are among the first videos of his. Maybe he was just too excited to be on camera. You know? But what you need to understand is that internet does not forget. Internet does not forget. And also you have really seen how that kitchen of his looks like. That was before him joining YouTube. I have a feeling right now things have now changed. You know, some of things have changed because these days does not show us his kitchen and the rest. But that's a professional teacher who have really got his pension, and he used his pension very well to construct those houses. You know, and also educating. Let me not rubbish that. Also educating his children. His pension, all of his pension. He could not construct even a decent toilet. And now that's a person who is advising people. You know, sometimes also you need to be very, very careful with the category of people whom you are getting advice from. Don't just rush to get advice. Look at the person who is giving you advice, how he is. Because the person who is, you know, his home is very much organized. You can easily, freely accept to receive his advice. But a person who is a professional teacher and things are on a mess, you need first of all also to question yourself whether the type of advice is going to give you will actually help you. And also, there are people who are good in giving advice. But when it comes to on their side, they will never do anything good. Probably is the type of a person who can give advice. But what type of... Since this old man came on the platform, me, I've never had a very good advice from him. You know? So, in today's video, I would really want to caution this old man to stop giving wrong advice to young children, to young boys, you know, to go and engage themselves that they want to go and marry. And at the end of the day, they will be the ones suffering in those police custody. Actually, it's a contributing factor towards that young boy going, even if he had his own previous problems, but also probably had listened to this old man and he took the wrong advice and he got the young girl to marry. Because this old man was encouraging YouTubers, young YouTubers, to go and marry. The group of Mogesi and Esto. Those are the people. Those are the people. And you know very well here in Africa, when a boy is like 17 years, you know, you cannot tell him to go and marry a girl of 28, 25 years. That means he's supposed to wait. Because they always encourage people to marry a girl of maybe 3 years below you, 5 years, 2 years, something like that. Now you are encouraging a boy of 18 years to go and marry. Can't you use your head? You are telling the boy of 18 years that you go and marry. And people will always tell you, you know, if you want to marry, you need to marry a girl below 3 years below. You know, your age difference should be 3 years or 5 years. And for you are telling the boy who is 18 years to get married. Are you okay in your head? At least the boy would have reached 20 years. 20 something years. So if you get a girl of maybe 3 years below his age. But somebody is clocking 18 years that you go and marry. What is wrong with this old man? You stop that mentality before I pinch your mouth. Give this boy, these are the category of parents who will always go and look for girls for their sons. And this old man, by the way, is very capable. Very capable. He can go and look for a girl and give his own son. He's very capable. Very much capable. There is no doubt about that. And he should desist on the type of advice he's throwing outside there to the public. Misleading young boys. Very, very bad. Whether Mayan had his own issues liking young girls, but there are also higher chances that the advice this old man gave had an impact. Cohera, you are becoming a disgrace to young boys. You style up and conduct yourself like a mature person. Otherwise, you are making this world not to be a good place to the young boys, especially the boys of the Bohans. Wrong advice always. Please, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate your big support to this platform. Mogesi has come out with the madness. Madness of the highest order. And he's saying girls of 12 years, 13 years, they are free to marry so long as they don't go to school. Because probably if they go to school, they will not learn. You know, like some of them have gone to school and they cannot understand whatever things they're teaching from school. So such girls should be allowed to get married. That is according to this stupid boy called Mogesi. Actually, I've come to realize, Mogesi, if you are to continue this behavior, soon you are going to be in prison. Soon. I'm seeing the sign of smell of prison in you, Mogesi. I'm seeing. With that type of mentality that you are having, you will be finished. And you're talking like that live on camera. And if it happens that one day you run into a problem and then people play this video of yours, what are you going to say? So sometimes you need to be very, very careful with whatever you are posting on platform. You need to be very, very careful. Because Mogesi is talking like a mad person who does not understand. I really pity this young man. Let's first listen to this clip of Mogesi, and then when I come back, we shall continue from there.
It was a time where even some kids, they are just married even at a 12 age. Yes, sir. So for the people to be fooled outside here, talking about a person must be do you remember that there is a place that we visit? It was a celebration where it was kupatiana mali kunaitwaje?
To give
Dowries. The girl was at 12 years old, and it is the real fact.
Yes, sir.
What's just there is if the lady decided that she will not continue with his education, what will his parents do? And they have just taken her to the authority, and she has refused. That things that she do learn from the school, she never
Get anything.
she never get into the head. What will do? Will they do? They have to allow her so that she gonna get married, so that she can start his life area. She can just start his future area. So it comes to Mayani, and this is the real fact, guys. And it is a one-on-one. And remember, I was just stopped dealing with this kind of the video. The lady, she was not schooling. This is the real fact. His mother or his parents, they were the one that allow her to go and search for a man. So if there is some of the insultment, there is what we call different things. There is what we call molesting, marriage. Marriage goes with you have to engage on a correct argument. After getting to the correct argument is where maybe you can decide to get married to each other because you know each other. And when it comes to child molestation is where you're gonna walk or you're gonna just dealing with a child or with a girl that is still schooling or that is just still on the hands of his mom or his parents. But when it comes to the position where the lady has said that the school is enough, in terms of brain, in terms of medulla oblongata, you cannot force the medulla oblongata.
For sure, I just want to make it very clear that this Mogesi, you are really stupid. So actually, Mogesi is in support of what is happening to the young girl. He wants the young girl to get married. If you're to listen to those statements of Mogesi very, very well. Because he said, at some point they attended a marriage ceremony of a girl who is 12 years old. And the family was doing well. But because the girl does not understand what is happening from school, the girl decided to get married. That is according to Mogesi. So this girl is right to go and get married because the mother is in support for her to get married. Let me tell you, it is the responsibility for everybody in the community to ensure that the girl child is on safe hands. Because if the parents are failing to do the right thing, the people in the community is supposed to help, is supposed to give guidance. And when there is something wrong in the community, they are supposed to come out and point it out that actually what you're doing is wrong. And that is exactly what Mogesi was supposed to do. But instead, is in support of what is happening. If it is really true that this girl is below the age, me personally, I will not be in support of such things. If she is above the age, then that is okay. But for the police to come and arrest you and put you inside, they must have first carried out an investigation. At least there should be something. Because according to the information that is coming out, that actually there is a birth certificate that the girl is 17 something, 17 or 16 years going to, So the girl has not yet reached the age of getting married. That's what we need. That's what we need to clarify. So actually, the mother to that girl has been coerced. She has been deceived, so that she can say things that she might not be in position to swallow with the time. We are yet to wait to see what actually is going to happen with this case. But it is wrong for Mogesi to come out in support of marrying young girls. That is very, very wrong. Girls who are below the age of 18 years. It is actually wrong to Mogesi. And if he's wise, he should reconstruct his statements. It is very, very wrong. It shows his type of reasoning that he does not understand the law. And these are the people the law will grab them even when they don't understand. So Mogesi is very, very wrong. What you have put on your platform in support of what is happening is actually very wrong. If you have brains enough, reconstruct your statements, because it is completely wrong. And people are able to gauge your reasoning. People are able to see how you are reasoning. And all the negative reactors that used to come out that they are fighting for the young child in the village, they are nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. So that means they're happy with what is happening. Please, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment. And please always come back to watch my videos. Today we are going to have 2 videos. This is the first one, and the second one will be coming. Let's meet again in our next video, and God bless you and bless all of you. Thank you so much. Let's meet the next week. Let me first send my greetings to you from USA, UK, and all of you from the Caribbean, not forgetting you from Canada and here in Africa. Thank you so much, my good people. Let's meet again in our next video. God bless all of you.